Hey everybody, Shade Under here, and I am standing on top of a tree in the middle of the night with Phantom. How's it going, Phantom?
Hey, I'm good. How are you?
Honestly, I'm a little upset about the way things have gone so far. I've been doing a little bit of reading and going over some points that I may have missed. So I guess you could say we're going to take a little bit of a blast to the past kind of deal and go over some things that I should have gone more in depth, because going through this pack I kind of wanted to touch on everything the guide, which I'm going to bring up right now, has said about this mod pack, and I really didn't dig into it too much. The Stone Age pretty much took care of everything. We built the portal to the mining world. We started the process of Tinker's Construct. I took very well to heart the aluminum process of it. So in the beginning I didn't use aluminum brass. I actually, because I had kind of glanced through some of this stuff, and so I haven't used too much aluminum. So we covered the Stone Age pretty good. Industrial Age, we covered it really well. We got the rubber, we got the forge hammer and the coke oven, creosote oil, all that stuff, so that we could actually begin the basis of building an engineering basis for our empire here, I guess you could call it.
It's beginning to look like that, yeah.
Yeah, it is, and we even went along. I followed this pretty good. Got the blast furnace up and going. Got the slag, and did a lot of it. Except I didn't do the tip of making multiple blast furnaces. I made one, and good lord, I should have made 100. That was painful to go through. Then into Calculation Age, that's Age 2, I kind of started getting sidetracked on things. This talks about a peat fire engine, which I should have utilized. I did dump some things, and I did create some bog earth, but that was only to create something else after this point. I did get the atomic reconstructor from Actual Additions, and started into the capacitors and everything. But the one thing that I really wanted to do is here in Age 2, it talks about, where is it? Trying to find it. Oh, right here. The last little section. Atomic Reconstructor with the lens of the miner as a way to mine resources. I didn't even see that on there until I started reading through it a little bit, and I even made myself some notes. And it even started talking about integrated dynamics for automation, which I really want to try it. I know we've got a void ore miner, but I think trying different aspects of everything in the game is kind of the reason it's developed the way that it is, and why it even has the guide to help with that process. So
it is incredibly extensive. This mod pack is huge, and there are so many ways to go that it's easy to get sidetracked or to get blinders where you're working on a thing and suddenly you think, wow, hey, we could move to the next age, and so you do. You don't realize that you did this one thing and you skipped all the rest of the stuff.
I know. And honestly, this lens of the miner, I could have made really early on. I'm looking at the recipe right now, and it's simple. I mean, it has
Super simple.
One of a bunch of the basic resources and a lens. And a lens is glass and black quartz. That's it.
Super easy. Super easy.
Wow, that's crazy. And there's a bunch of different lenses on this thing too. Lens of the killer, lens of certain death.
Yeah, those sound warm and cuddly, don't they?
Deal lots of damage to whatever steps onto it. Enough, in fact, to kill a player in a single hit. Really?
So if you're playing on a PvP kind of a server, you could put one of those as a base defense.
Or spawn mobs in a room with atomic reconstructors that point across the entire room.
You could do that too, yeah.
That's...
quick and easy kill zone.
Yeah. There's apparently a lot of different lenses for that thing. Lens of the killer. It also will also drop experience and player kill loot. There you go. Lens of the killer is what we need to set that up. Interesting. Detonation. Lens of detonation will create a fiery explosion. That's awesome.
So as you can see, there's this lovely little chunk we completely missed way back in Age 2.
Yeah. So we're definitely going to set up the automation factor with the lens of the miner just to kind of see how it works. And I will be setting it up off camera so I can learn it, because I've never messed with integrated dynamics. And what I'm going to show you now is, well, first of all, this is kind of where the base, our little empire is. Phantom cleared out that area, and we've been talking of setting up the rocket from Advanced Rocketry over there. And this is becoming of a like a high tech place. So this whole base is going to be changing. I'll show you a little sneak peek of what it might look like down there. The front, we were looking at some options, but yeah, I'm thinking about having big circular reactor vents right here that go up really high on either side, and then this is just like the central hub of machinery and everything that kind of goes through. I might be moving the mob spawners, might not be. I don't know. Haven't decided. I'm half tempted of stacking them one on top of another, so that
That could be interesting.
It would be, and it would make them all in one spot rather than spread out, so we can have more room for other stuff. We did take down the watermill and the fish, the AFK fish farmer, because we're going to be adding on another level on top of this place.
And we're going to move the AFK farm to a more convenient location, and continue using it.
Right, and probably also set it up to where it dumps everything straight into the system rather than into chests. That would be interesting.
Yes, we need to get that done as well.
Yeah, and just sitting here watching the tree farm click along, it's just, and then our 4 farms that we have over there. I know we've got potatoes and carrots, beetroot and wheat over there. We set up a farm over here for the rubbers so that we don't ever have to mine it again. And you can't really see it from here, so we'll go up and glide over. We have our peat farm there. My empty greenhouse, which I'm actually thinking about taking down because most of the plant stuff has to be outside anyway, so no point in having it there. I do want to get into some things to help with the animals and the farming of that. we have a sugarcane farm over here, which we need to get automated. And then we have our ender bees that are by themselves because they're angry all the time.
They are very angry.
Yeah. And we still need to fill in all this with grass because, frankly, it would just look better that way. And yes, I was intentionally not looking at the base on one of the directions because there's something over there that... Oh, come on. Get up there. There's something over there that I don't want to show yet. So, yeah, there's going to be a lot of construction involved, and we'll probably get that done before next episode. But moving along, before we get too sidetracked, let's go ahead and go into the basement so I can show you the stuff that I've got kind of set up for the miner and the lens. So we've got a lot of stuff in here. We've got power, we've got a powered furnace, a timer, a button, different filters, a couple of auto placers, a couple auto breakers, atomic reconstructor, all the stuff to set this up. I mean, we don't have all of it because I need the integrated dynamic stuff, but I'll get all that stuff together and kind of learn how it works probably in my test world, and then come over here and show Phantom how I'm going to plan on set it up, and then we'll find a good spot to do it. We might even just kind of dig in over on this wall since we already have these miners here. We can set up the automated one from that one over there.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because excuse me. Like 3 times in the past couple days, we've, for all intents and purposes, ran out of iron. So any other means to get ores will help.
In defense of the system, we've been using ridiculous amounts of iron in the last couple of days.
Yeah.
Some really big construction project stuff that just chewed through our resources. Because prior to starting, we looked at it and went, yeah, we're doing good. We got a lot of iron here. We can go ahead and start this project. And then we don't have any iron.
Yeah, so. Phantom says, hey, I need some more iron plates. I'm like, yeah, sure, go to the system. No. Yeah, it was...
Yeah, we actually had to go and mine by hand a little while.
Yeah, that was sad times.
Which was, well, I choose to call it nostalgic. Ah, yes. Remember back in the day when we used to have to do it this way all the time?
Yeah, definitely eye-opening. So, speaking about mining, that's definitely an option, the reconstructor. Yeah, we're going back in time, but I also want to kind of touch on everything. I don't want to just blaze through this whole pack and say, yep, I won, I'm done. There's just too much to it. I want to actually kind of experience all of it. So moving on to age 3, this talks about the advanced greenhouse, and I pretty much skipped over it. I kind of stopped at the basic one, let that run for a really long time. We still have a ton of prune seeds and the coal dust from it, and I even intend on expanding the greenhouse line we have out there a couple of times, just because I can, because it would be cool. I've already tried industrial hemp in there. Doesn't work. The other thing that it mentions in here, one thing about the advanced greenhouse is I've actually heard that the advanced greenhouse with endstone and ender lilies, it will blow away any Enderman farm you could ever build. You'll get thousands of those. So that's definitely something I want to try. The advanced greenhouse is bigger than the regular one, so it'll take up a little bit more space and more power, but we'll be okay, and you'll understand why we'll be okay in a minute. But there's also a bunch of other things. There's the starch extractor, the fuel and wheat, which isn't necessarily true. I actually have a starch extractor, a few that we've gotten, and I'll show you how we got them in a minute. But I put potatoes in them because, well, potatoes are starchy, and then you put coal in there, and it each one of these will produce 40 RF a tick, so why not? I mean, occasionally when we're doing a lot of empowering, we'll come down here and feed these things fuel, and we get decent boost of power. Another thing this thing mentions is the vertical digger, and honestly, never heard of it until I was reading through this, trying to figure out what I was missing, because I felt like I had built a lot of stuff off camera and I was kind of shortchanging everybody watching the series. So then I realized that I wanted more options. I wanted to experience what the different options are in the pack so that I could find the most efficient one, because I plan on running through this again, whether it's solo or on a server or in a series. I want to do it again, but I want to do it efficient, the most efficient way possible. And this time, if I run through and experience all of it, then I'll know what's efficient and what's not. Yeah, I could watch guides and all that, but why do something somebody else is already doing? So we're going to look up the vertical digger here. And see what it says about that, because it's actually additions, so there's going to be a book entry, so it requires a drill, which is interesting. So yeah, that's the thing. Alright. Vertical digger can be used to automatically mine blocks from the world. It has two modes. It can either only mine ores or mine everything. That's interesting. When mining a block, it uses about 1500 RF, which isn't that bad. Mine items get stored in an internal buffer that can be accessed through right-clicking. That's convenient. Its default radius is 2, but much like Phantom Faces, the digger's range can be upgraded by placing 3 or less Phantom boosters above it. Really? Okay. So we can... radius is 2. I wonder what that means. Will it only go down like 2 blocks and then be done working? Interesting.
I think it would be how far out in each direction that it goes. It would go out 2 blocks in each direction and then dig straight down.
Yeah, that makes sense. We could set it to just mine everything just to see what it does. Alright, let's look up booster real quick. Phantom boosters. Okay, that's actually not bad. That's not a bad recipe at all. The ender casing is not that bad. Empowered diamantine with that stuff. So, Phantom boosters. Phantom faces are a simple way to connect inventories together. They have a very important twist, however. Okay. Whoa. That's not what I wanted to do. Phantom booster, as explained on the first page, ups the range of phantom faces by being placed on top of them. The maximum amount above 1 phantom face is 3. So, I'm wondering how much it boosts it per. We could always try it, because I kind of want to build it, just because.
I think, excuse me, I think some experimentation is definitely in order here.
Yeah, definitely.
We're going to need to try this out and see what it does.
Yep. Let's see here. What else? Moving on to age 4, farming age. It talks about calculator circuits and bees in here. And I kind of touched on it, but I really didn't show much of it. I actually really enjoy calculator. And if we go up here, I'm going to kind of go more in depth into what these circuits are. In the mod, there's all kinds of stuff. And I'm actually going to just bring up the... if I would spell it right, it would help. There's a lot of stuff to this mod. And the one thing that's actually going to advance us to the next age is the atomic calculator. And I was looking at that and I'm like, okay, that's the basic recipe. Why is it so bad? Then I looked at the atomic assembly, and that takes a lot. Okay, the advanced assemblies aren't much. Okay, they're easy. But when you look at each of these atomic modules, each one takes an iridium reinforced plate. One iridium reinforced plate takes 4 iridium. At the start of building our nuclear reactor, we had 3 iridium. Yeah, that's not the case now. And I'm kind of disappointed in myself, because I should have done all of that on camera and I didn't. So, we'll get to that in a minute though. But as I've said before, the extraction chamber extracts possible circuits from cobblestone. And I don't know why that stopped working all of a sudden, but whatever. So there's a chance, a 12.5% chance of getting a circuit. Some type of circuit. And then let's see here, extraction chamber. Let's go ahead and look at that one. Extraction chamber is really, really simple. Okay? In the beginning, I actually built this guy over here, the algorithm separator for you guys, and that's how I've been getting the diamonds for the other things, the weekend diamonds, because it's...
Hey, Shade.
Yeah?
I got something for you.
Oh. Oh, you know what? We got that from here.
We got that out of here.
Awesome.
Yes, we did. It's a very low drop chance, but it is there. It's a 0.02% chance of getting that.
From the analyzing chamber.
Yes, from the analyzing chamber.
We actually have one other one in the system. So we're halfway there.
That's the one out of the system.
Oh, it is?
Yeah, I went and got it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So it's the algorithm separator. You guys saw me build this one. It's empowered diamantine, couple of power cubes, couple of stone separators, reinforced iron block. At least I'm pretty sure I showed this on camera.
You know what's interesting? We've gotten about 4 more of those out of this analyzing chamber.